Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those of you in between, it is I, your host, Craniodad, coming at you tonight with a sneaky Sunday stream, trying to get this paddle boat done because I've been promising that I would only work on it while on stream. Hey, Knucklehead, how's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back. I have done other things besides the paddle boat because, as I said, I have promised to do this paddle boat only on stream. So I, spent some time during my recovery just hanging out and need to do some stuff. So we're going to look at some of the stuff that I've done and some of the ways that my little home base area may have changed since the last time we last saw each other, dear viewers. But I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe. We had a crazy pop-up thunderstorm that hit us this afternoon that I was almost certain was going to cause us to lose power, but we didn't. At least we didn't. And it looked like it was heading out towards our west for those of us that, those of my viewers that are out there. So don't know where that came from because I don't recall that being in the forecast, but it's been a little bit weird as of late with the tropical storms and all that fun stuff. The kids are doing well. They're doing well. We had some testing to finish up for our homeschool certification for our kids. That way we can make sure that they are progressing well enough to move forward. To get that into the state and to be evaluated. So it's always a wonderful, happy, relaxed time of year where there's no stress at all. And I'm lying. It's been hell. Between the kids being sick and the testing, it's been fun. But anyway, all that is behind us. We are at the end of this weekend, whatever it has been, either a good one, a bad one, one that's in between. At least it was a weekend and we move on to the next week. For some of us starting today, for some of us starting tomorrow. And I'm happy that you are here with me. So let's dive in and see what all we've got going on. Nothing really new here, except for the fact that you notice there's a lot of stuff missing. That's because I've started consolidating into shocker boxes. I'm going to be building a shocker box storage system because it's what I need for my space. That's going to take place, I think, on this side. I think I got some stuff I need to move down the line. And I kind of like keeping this over here. I don't know. I might wind up building it over here. I just haven't quite decided yet. There's some stuff that's going to be going on the outside that will kind of make me figure out what I want to do there. Nothing really much else has changed. I do know that based on where I was when I last left off, that I think I need to grab the smooth stone because I think I forgot to add that to my kit of stuff that I have ready to go for this. So let's go around and see what else is new. What can I show you? That's the question. What can I show you? Added some torches and stuff like that, We've got some bronze going that we need actually today. So let's go ahead and grab this because we do need it. I did some work on the barn. The barn's going to get completely torn down and moved anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I think in the near future. So it is what it is. But I'm trying some stuff out, just trying some look and feel of some textures. I'm not at all happy with this, so don't think that this is where it's going to be. I just wanted to see something, and it's not turning out the way that I want it. But I guess the best way that you can see all the stuff that I've been doing off stream, off camera, just kind of chilling out, relaxing, it's for us to take to the air and to kind of look over here. So on the other side of the steamboat is going to be my trading village, chat. I don't want to do a trading hall because everybody does trading halls and they look awesome. They're amazing. They're single stop shops. What I'm doing instead is I'm making a town, a village that did not exist in this area with buildings that did not exist in this area. I'm taking concepts of buildings from other regions, kit bashing ones together that need to be kit bashed, following a couple of guides that are actually posted by Mojang on how these are to be built layer by layer and kind of removing things with like a scalpel and kind of putting things in and dropping them in and using newer textures to get the look and feel that I want, because I think that it is long overdue for Minecraft to have a swamp village. And you guys can't see anything, and I'm just now realizing that because I never changed screens. So let me go back and start this all over again because everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. But yeah, so like I was saying in here, there is, I'm consolidating storage. Yeah, consolidating storage. Might be putting storage system over here. It might go over there. The big difference will be what happens on the outside, and the barn that I think you guys don't really want to see because it looks like trash is right here. And what I was just showing off, and it'll actually look even better as the sun's going down, is this entire village over here. Now that you can actually see it, it will now make much more sense as to what I mean. I am kit bashing stuff together and making it work. There are buildings that are plains buildings. There are buildings that are savanna buildings, savanna and plains buildings, combination buildings. And with the exception of my recreated witch's hut based on the witch's hut that's to the west of me. No, to the east of me. No, to the west of me. I have, done what I can. So this, right when you stop off, will be the general store kind of thing. It's got my farmer trader with pumpkins and melons trades as usual. So I've been hitting heavy on trades, getting things up and running. Working out some ideas for a path, just sprinkling different ideas here and there. So if it looks disjointed, there's a reason. It's because I haven't figured out how to join it together. Then we have an armor smith, I believe. Yeah, an armor. So we've got a typical building. So a lot of these buildings you might, if you play Minecraft, you might recognize from different regions, different zones. This is why I've copied the buildings and I've just recreated it using, I think that the swamp would be better suited to follow the witch's hut idea, to be more of a oak for the barked woods and spruce for all the planked woods. And then I just kind of took this and added this, and I really like the deep slate cobble more than I like regular cobblestone. I think the darker cobblestone looks better in the swamp because everything is dark and dreary. So I wanted to add that in there. And so that's kind of what I'm going with. And I've got some work to do still to get the landscaping flushed out, because I literally just finished about 3 or 4 hours ago my last building of the trade buildings. So we've got the armor smith there. We've got a library here. So we've got, all these are at master grade. What we got down here, we've got 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 librarians. There's a little bit of overlap just because that happens when it comes to a couple things, but by far and large, I have the things that I want, the things that I prefer, the things that will let me continue to get through whenever I die, like what happened at the end of last stream, and where I lost some of my stuff, and if not all of it, and had to go back to the drawing board. So I've got the librarians all in a library, and I took the 2 sanctuary buildings and I combined them. There's one that everybody kind of recognizes with usually the yellow glass. I'm using a light blue and a white because I think it really stands out with the dark slate. And then you walk through, and in here I really only need one whatever this is, one cleric trade, because I think they're all exactly the same. I think there's just some differences in some of the amounts, and I really don't care. So I also included things like the fisherman, the butcher, the mason. The rocket's going off in the air. Another mason, because it's always good to have a couple masons, and a cartographer. And to me, I'm justifying it as in the religion aspect of it. So you've got like the clerics, you've got the fishermen, the fisher of men, the butchers, and the masons, as in like the different masons throughout history, and the map makers, so blazing a trail. But this is all built with the exception of the back wall being taken out to join these 2 rooms. It's all built based off of the Mojang templates that they have. And I'm using blue, the dark blue, even though it looks kind of purple, the dark blue terracotta, and to go with the light blue and the white. So that's that one. And then over here we have the good old blacksmith, weaponsmith. So we've got all of my trades are already up at master. I think I said that, but just to make sure, we have everything set up to master. We've got a weaponsmith outside and a weaponsmith inside, just because I wanted to have 2 to get some well-rounding. The zombie U here is down below. It's where I go through my villager zombification. And the one that I just finished a few hours ago, as evidenced by the track that you can still see, is over here, and this is the toolsmith. And he's got the efficiency and fortune axe for an emerald, with room to grow. Don't know if I'm gonna put another one in there. Really don't find it necessary. This is more of a kind of building out what a village could and should look like. So down the line, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding, of course, some land over here once I take the train trestle out. I might actually leave it, just make it underground. And that way, in case something goes wrong, I have easy access to get to my villagers and restock if needed. But to add some more land and add some of the smaller nondescript houses, flying over here to spawn to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. So the smaller houses being like this double house here, these square houses, you know, what are they, the 5x5 houses with the 2 different roofs, that one, you know, adding some of those sprinkling throughout and taking a look at how they're built and make them make sense in the swamp is kind of the next step that I have to rounding this out. And then it's going to be a lot of terraforming and landscaping and making the path go from the boat to my base. And then I'm strongly considering moving my portal from my house here to inside the barge. So that way, if anybody wants to come visit me via the Nether, they actually come in on the docks and they can, you know, fly right over to me, or they can just, you know, admire the town. Because again, I think swamp villages need to happen. It's what I am. But nothing has been done on this with the exception of some minor repairs. Some things happened with some fights, and some, you know, the usual exploding creepers and stuff like that, but nothing has changed on this, with the exception of me finishing the double stacks. When I was building last, I had one finished and I was getting started on getting the stuff I needed for the second one, namely some blackstone to finish off the one that was on the left. And I went ahead and I finished it up after I recovered my composure, and rebuilt my stuff and got back out to the Nether and got the blackstone that I needed. So I like the stacks. I like the going bigger idea that Rail Maximus had, and really think that it's going to make it look even more impressive with the look and feel. I like the fact that it's got a stubby nose, and that's kind of what you see is a stubby nose and these 2 giant smokestacks. And I'm still not 100% sold on the diorite. I'm still, you know, it's the only thing that I could think of, but I'm not sure yet. I know that wood's not the answer, but that's the only thing that will really work. I guess I could go with a gray. I wish you could do a smooth stone wall. I wish you could do a white concrete wall, but those things don't exist, at least not in vanilla. So that's where we're at. So tonight, what we're doing, chat, what we are doing is we are going to be finishing up the paddle boat, the paddle part of the paddle boat. So I have all the things that I need here, plus the oxidized copper that I have on me. I need to go grab some honey, or some honeycomb, so I can wax the copper so it doesn't deteriorate once I place it. This thing has been going absolutely crazy. So I've had to restock the glass vials twice now. I'm on my second round of restock because it's nonstop. It's awesome. So the concept is all back here. This is all the space that we're going to have for the wheel, and to bring up the model that we are using for you all to remember, it is this presented Lego steamboat idea that was presented as a project, and I'm doing my best to do it justice and recreate it to the ability that Minecraft will allow, without having to go modded for diagonal lines and things like that. And I have done a lot of tests with some of the new wheels that I want to use to kind of bring it into scope and into size with what we've had to do here, because obviously that ship is far more narrow than this ship is, but this ship needs to be wider based on the fact that we're using single blocks. We can't use, some of the smaller round pieces that they would use to take up less space. Their smokestacks may only take up 1 or 2 nibs on the top of the Lego, and ours take up 3x3. So it takes up 9 squares. So in and of itself, it's going to have to justifiably be bigger. But what we want to do tonight is to knock out the wheel, and then I'm going to be able to actually start doing the decorating, which I don't mind doing some of that off stream. So that way I can show you guys some cool stuff. And I've got a really good plan for what's actually going to happen in this room. I've completely changed my mind on what's going to happen in this part of the build. And look forward to doing some more testing. I've got a couple things I've got to figure out. But thankfully, I've got a lot of resources, a lot of people that I know that are fantastic, that will be able to help me figure this out if I keep running into the same issue that I'm running into. So I've done a lot of talking in the last you know, whatever, last 20 minutes. So I'm going to take a really fast break and get something to drink. I've got to take my night meds and be ready to go. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes. We're going to get some music going for you guys, and the music should work, hopefully, on the break. And yeah, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Stand up, stretch, and we'll dive on into this build. See you guys in a second. And I'm back, and welcome back, Rail Maximus. I hope all is well. Just got done doing a quick little tour of the main buildings that are finished. The all the villages are in place. I've got the little tiny small houses that won't have any villagers in it ready to go. So that'll be something I'll be doing probably the rest of this week, and then figuring out some terraforming and landscaping. But the village in and of itself is built. Minus the little subsidiary buildings. And so showing that off and kind of talk about my plans a little bit. And thanks to your help, again, Rail Maximus was able to come in and show me what I was doing wrong and help me figure out some stuff with the zombification and curification of the villagers. So I was able to actually get all my villagers in place for my trading village. Because I always have to do something different. But we're getting ready to get started on the overall build for the wheel. And for that, we needed some stuff, which we have most of said stuff. And then we're going to dive on in. But I hope you guys are doing well up there, Rail. I know you guys got nailed with a storm. I think it was last night. We got nailed with a storm last night or yesterday and then tonight. So I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do anything at all, just because of how things are. But we are here. We need a lot more walls than that. I need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 11 per side, plus the upsweep. Oh, he got heads dropping because he installed the pack to allow for heads to drop when you kill things, like different animals and villagers and stuff like that. It's not a standard part of Minecraft. Let's do some walls. Well, now I have enough. Oopsie. And we can just split this. All right, so let me look at what I've got and kind of figure this out, because dimensions have changed. since I built my test piece. So we come back 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we start the sweep. Is that right? Is that right? Is that what I do? No. No. Don't be silly. Alright, so I need to come back a little bit more just because the size changed. So 4 plus 1. You got a new Minecraft skin. Oh, what'd you go with? Oh, how was your hike today, Meg? Yeah, go ahead and send it in the Minecraft area in Discord if you're part of the community server or the community Discord. We have an entire channel dedicated to Minecraft, so. My hike was awesome. Definitely went the wrong way. Got lost a few times. Somehow lost the trail completely. Had to cross the river with bare feet. Get back to the car. Better than that, it was a blast. We call that a Thursday down here in Virginia. Oh, that's awesome. I gotta think about how to do this. We do that, then that, and then that, and then we wax it up. I miscounted and now I'm going to pay for it. That sucks. Oh, blast furnace will be faster. I miss hiking, though. I really do miss hiking. I miss getting out in the woods. I miss being able to just go out and do stuff. Looking forward to maybe that being a thing in my near future again soon. Life just has been rough. This one can oxidize. All Trails app. I have not heard of it. Cool. I'll take a look later or when I go on a break. Knucklehead. I think that was one of these guys, was it? Okay, it was. All right. The way that this gets built. Wait, it doesn't start on the end, does it? That's what I thought. See. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep, I totally miscalculated. This is going to be rough. I'll get the top 3 done at least. Yeah, I looked at a lot of the different red things that they had and what the options were of what I could use them for. And this is the combination I kept coming back to, was the green copper with the orange copper with the smooth stone against the rest of the colors. I think comes a lot closer to what happens here. Because the red, I mean, the red is the color, the dominant color that stands out right after the white. And so I want the wheel to stand out. So I figured it's not a super bright red, but it's the right kind of red, in my opinion. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, water. Water, water, water. And then these ones are on the top. And that's backwards. I built it backwards in my test. It needs to be on the bottom. Nobody else will notice it but me. But it's one of those things that will really annoy me, that the paddle is going the wrong way. The paddle needs to turn. I was right. It is on the top. Needs to turn. No. Yeah, it needs to turn this way. So it needs to be on the bottom. Yep, that's the contrast that I want. I'll have to come back and finish that bottom part of the wheel underwater once I go make some more stuff. I think I have everything I need. I can just go make it. So what's everybody got going on this week? Anything awesome? Anything fun? Anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're not looking forward to? I, for one, get to go back to the doctor to have him take a look at all the things that were done and tell me whether or not things are being successful or not. Hooray! The recovery, even if things go really well, if I go in on Thursday and they say, "Hey, you're doing great. Everything's looking better than we had hoped," is the recovery is going to be 6 to 12 months. Yeah. Yep. And after that's done, we can get started on all the other things that I've not taken care of for the last, 40 years of my life. Somehow I found a doctor that found a whole bunch of things that are related to each other and says that we're going to treat everything. I'm like, how many of your kids am I sending through college? Yeah. There is that. I think it needs to go. Yeah. All right. So the wheel in and of itself is finished, but we got to finish the housing and the brackets for the housing. And then that pretty much wraps up the work that I wanted to do on stream for this. I'm not saying that we're done. I'm not saying that it's done. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but that wheel looks, I like it. For Minecraft, I like it. Thank you. Now the fun part. Housing actually is pretty easy. It's a matter of finding the right spots for a couple of things. And this is all going to turn into The hardest part of the ship is building the body. The wheel's easy, the housing's easy. The smokestacks were fun to figure out. Really great, awesome idea. Again, Rail, fantastic idea. The sage advice of go big or go home always works. And these, I actually think I realized are in the wrong spot. Yep. Which means that yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that's still gonna work. Yeah, it'll work. I'll make it work. Really? There we go. I've been looking over my nautical references and shipbuilding manuals for some inspiration, and I'm going to start templating a build. I think there's eventually going to be a need for a build off for ships on the server, and I definitely want. I think I'm going to throw my name in the hat. I think it needs to happen. All right, so I got to get rid of these doors. But it'll be some time before that happens, because I've got a concept, and there's at least one other person who's going to be involved. I'd like to see it be a couple more, and we have a set time frame, and we just go at it and have it judged by social media. Alright, I need to make some more diorite walls. And then I can not get rid of... Anyway, I'll figure that out. We're pretty much at the point, chat, that we've only got a couple things left to add, and then we are done. I got a roof to add up to the helm, and a couple of stair blocks to add down below, and then some anvils to add for tie-offs and anchorage, and that's it for the outside. Then all that's left is for me to dress up the rooms, and which I'll do that all off stream so I can present it. It's just one of those things. I've been that way for a long time. Valheim really exposed that. I'd like to, you know, show here's the basic shell, and then off camera decorate and make things look the way that they should look, to give you an idea of what is possible, but to not have you see the process, because ideally what I'm supposed to be doing is showcasing the boat. All the extra stuff is what makes the boat livable and awesome, but all that stuff's interchangeable, right? Like, if you wanted to build this boat, you would want to build the shell and then take it from here with what I've got pretty much right now, and then add your own flair to it. You know, different woods or stuff like that are fine, but that's the whole concept of builds, is that to show you the potential and then to show you my own stuff that I add to it. But I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and get that roof done. This is bugging me. All right, so is it legitimately all slab? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stairs. Okay.